Hey, how's it going, guys? MrBossFTW here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be doing a more in-depth breakdown of all the information that Rockstar has provided us today, looking at release dates, looking at the vehicles and their real-life equivalents, also what other ones could be released based off of some wording that Rockstar used, and a whole lot more. So like my first video, we're going to start at the top of the newswire and make our way down. The first thing they mentioned was the stunt race event. We already know about this. The only thing that's important about the stunt race event is the fact that it's ending on March 13th, and the day after that is March 14th, which could end up being the likely release date of what I'm going to call Cunning Stunts Part 2. It's the special vehicle circuit part of it that features special vehicle races for the Rocket Voltic, Ruiner 2000, and Blazer Aqua. So let's start with the release date of this update. The only thing we know that's been confirmed from Rockstar is that it's coming out in the month of March. Now, a lot of people have said that they believe it's going to be coming out in just a few short days, which would be on March 7th, and that's the day after the character transfer thing is going to be ending. Now, that's actually something that Rockstar mentioned a little bit later on in the newswire. However, to me, that doesn't make sense. Why would Rockstar launch a brand new, I guess, DLC, if you could see my air quotes, in the middle of an event week? Just to me, that wouldn't make sense. I think they would want to do it after a fresh start, and I think the perfect bet for that is on the 14th. And I'm not the only one who believes that. There's many other reputable people in this community that believe the 14th is going to be the date in which this is going to be coming out. So that's my guess for when it will happen. To me, it ultimately makes the most sense, and that's actually pretty cool because it's about 2 weeks away, which is awesome. So if we move on to the screenshot that Rockstar provided us for the special vehicle races, there's two things here that I'm interested in. Number one are the yellow booster pads. Now, I said in my first video that I thought these were there to replenish the Rocket Voltic booster so that you could basically just like hold down the thumbstick and just have unlimited boost. That's kind of my theory because it's not green, it's yellow. Hopefully we get some more information from Rockstar on that soon. But also the second thing, you know, Rockstar said these races are only with the Voltic, Ruiner 2000, and Blazer Aqua. What if you don't own one? Are you going to be able to participate in these races? I think that it's going to be like normal races where you can use your custom vehicle, or if you want to just use a stock default one, you can as well. So do I believe you're going to need to own one of these vehicles to participate in this? No, I don't think so. Will it benefit you because all of these can be customized with armor and various engine upgrades? Yes, I think it will. But as far as owning them, no, I don't think Rockstar would completely lock you out because these vehicles are expensive. Obviously, Rocket Voltic, $4 million, Ruiner 2000, over $5 million. So yeah, that would be kind of a bummer for someone who doesn't own these vehicles, but still wants to participate. Now, something else that's awesome about this special vehicle races DLC is that creators are going to get the chance to craft their own races. However, I don't believe this will be available from day one. So do you guys remember when Cunning Stunts came out? Everyone freaked out when they couldn't do their own races in the creator. Well, Rockstar actually kind of put that off for a little bit. So I'm wondering if they're going to only allow us to play the Rockstar created special vehicle stunt races for a bit, and then maybe a week or two later activate the creator. To me, that makes the most sense. They want to give people a taste of what they've created and then let the community dive in and do their own thing. So don't be surprised if on day one you're not able to create your own special vehicle races, just given the fact that that's what we've seen from Rockstar in the past, and it wouldn't surprise me if they wanted us to do their races first. All right, the next segment on the newswire talks about the new adversary modes and the new vehicles that are on the way, and I think that this is going to be a separate DLC from the special vehicle circuit, because the special vehicle circuit stuff, I don't even think Rockstar has to add a new DLC into the game. I think that can be done simply via tunables by activating the special vehicles in the creator, but who knows, it might require a new update, and if it does, is there a possibility that the content Rockstar mentioned, like the Resurgence Dodgeball mode, the top-down explosive adversary mode, and then all the cars they touched on could just be tunables content? Now, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think this is going to be its own separate classic update, as Rockstar says there's going to be a 2D adversary mode, and they also touch on the fact there's going to be classic vehicles and new cars returning as well. Now, speaking of those cars, let's take a look at what they are. The first one Rockstar mentioned was the Turismo Classic. Now, this is actually pretty cool. So to give you guys some background on the Turismo, it was first featured in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It was then featured in Grand Theft Auto 4 and then in Chinatown Wars. So that means that there's two variations of the Turismo that we could possibly be getting in online. The first of which was the one in San Andreas, which was based off of the Ferrari F40. And I'll obviously have some gameplay for you guys right now so you can take a look at what that looks like. Now, the spoiler of this kind of resembles a 1971 Dodge Daytona prototype, but the F40 definitely still has the biggest set of resemblance here, which is so awesome. So this would be so cool. Again, this was the one that was featured in GTA San Andreas. Or we could be getting the one from Grand Theft Auto 4, which was heavily based off of the Ferrari 360 and to a little bit of a lesser extent, the Ferrari F430. So to be very honest, I think I'm hoping that this one arrives in the game, the GTA 4 version of the Turismo. It's one of the best cars of all time, and it would be so cool for Rockstar to add this vehicle into the game. So I'm definitely hoping that that is the case. And then Rockstar also mentions the Infernus Classic, and they make a very important point. They say that first made its appearance on the streets of Liberty City in GTA 3. So the Infernus that they're talking about here is the one from Grand Theft Auto 3, not something from Vice City and not something from GTA 4. So sadly, it looks as if it's going to eliminate the Lamborghini Countach. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, from GTA Vice City. It also looks as if it's going to eliminate the first generation Honda NSX style vehicle from San Andreas, and it looks like we are going to be getting the one from GTA 3 and Liberty City Stories. And what's very odd about this is it's very close to a car we already got in the game, the Ocelot Penetrator. In Grand Theft Auto 3, the Infernus is a mix between the Jaguar XJR15 and the XJ220, which is what the Penetrator is based off of. So I think it's going to be very similar to this. So again, it'll probably be similar to the Penetrator, probably with different customization, obviously, different stat lines and everything like that. I was really hoping for the Vice City Lamborghini here. That one was probably my favorite of all time, but I'm still not disappointed that we're getting such an awesome throwback vehicle. And they also mentioned a new car that we're going to be getting, the Progen GP1 supercar. So this is very, very similar to the Progen Tyrus. Both the GP1 and the Tyrus are based off of versions of the McLaren F1. Now the Tyrus is more of like a long tail version. This seems to be more of like a standard version of the McLaren F1. And this is the screenshot that Rockstar showed off. Now there's already a couple customization options that I can see right here. Number one is a carbon bumper option and what looks to be a tow hook as well. We can see some modifications on the hood, including some vents and some kind of ratchets as well. That looks pretty awesome. I can see a carbon fiber skirt, a hood scoop on the roof of the car, and then obviously you have the carbon fiber spoiler in the back. Also, another thing I saw is look at the individual sitting in this car. Does it not look like he is sitting in the center of this vehicle? To me, that's kind of what it looks like. And what's funny is one of the mods that you can use in GTA 5 for the McLaren F1 actually has you sitting in the center of the car as well. So is this going to be, as silly as it sounds, a one-seater supercar, or maybe at least a different interiorly designed one where you're sitting in the center and maybe your passenger has to sit somewhere else? I have no clue how that would work, but I still think that's pretty awesome. Now, there's one very important thing that Rockstar said here. It looks as if the vehicles they've mentioned today, which is the Turismo Classic, Infernus Classic, and this new Progen GP1, it doesn't seem as if those are going to be the only vehicles. So they said, we're bringing some of the most requested classic GTA vehicles by popular demand for the first time, such as. The word such as implies that the Turismo Classic and the Infernus Classic are just a couple of examples of the cars they're going to be bringing back. And this kind of has me thinking, what other awesome GTA vehicles could they add into the game? Some ones that come to mind for me would be the Cheetah Classic that maybe could be turned into the Ferrari Testarossa. That would be absolutely incredible. Another car would be the Deluxo, which we know is the DeLorean DMC-12, which is most famously known for the Back to the Future car. The PMP 600 would also be an incredible vehicle. I could go on and on about all these cars, but you get the idea. And they also said there will also be new blazing fast rides, such as the Progen GP1 supercar. So vehicles like the Progen GP1 are going to be more than that as well. So there's going to be brand new supercars that look to be added into the game as well, outside of just the one that has been shown off today. And there's still just so many questions we don't know about these vehicles, like whether or not they're going to be Benny's cars or whether they're going to be regular vehicles. If I had to take a guess, I would lean towards regular, just due to the fact in import-export we had so many Benny's cars. So I would imagine that Rockstar would probably take a break, but who knows? They might have seen really good success with that, so they might make these into Benny's vehicles. Obviously, how much they're going to cost, we have no clue what sort of premium Rockstar is going to put on them. So for right now, it's a little bit too early to tell to answer some of those questions. Hopefully going forward in the future, Rockstar will provide us with, once again, new screenshots or information or details that will make that answer a little bit more clear. And last but not least, they mentioned the military gun running DLC and more that's going to be coming later this spring and summer. And honestly, I think I'm going to have to do a whole video based off of everything that could be added in this military update, which really has me excited. But what I want to talk about more is the potential release date of everything. So we know that the stunt races stuff is coming in March. If I had to take a guess, I would say that the classic update, the one that's going to feature the adversary modes and the vehicles, will probably happen sometime around April or May. And then I would assume that in either June or July, which is like that spring-summer period, is going to be when the gun running update comes out. Now, the reason I believe this is just based off of when Rockstar typically releases their update. You know, March and April tends to be a big time for updates and online. Then May, there's a little bit of a downtime. And then June, July, just like we saw in 2016 with Finance and Felony and Cunning Stunts, two massive updates. It looks as if Rockstar will take the opportunity to do the military DLC. But what's also interesting is they say, and more. So there's even more that's going to be coming later this spring and summer that we don't know about. It looks as if this Newswire post that Rockstar said was just the tip of the iceberg, and that there's going to be so much more new content that's going to be on its way to Grand Theft Auto Online very, very shortly. And to me, that is just incredibly exciting, because it was looking for a while like, you know, oh, this might be it for Grand Theft Auto Online. And obviously, we don't know how big these updates are going to be. Obviously, the gun running one they described as massive and is probably going to be one of the last big updates for online. But nonetheless, it still looks as if there's a lot of exciting content still left to come here in 2017, and we've just barely gotten a taste of it, which is pretty cool. And the only other thing I can say about a release date is because Rockstar used the words spring and summer. Spring starts on March 20th, which is a Monday, and summer ends on Friday, September 22nd. I know that's like the longest period of all time, but if we're getting technical here, the potential release dates are in between March 20th and then September 22nd. I know it's super long time, and hopefully Rockstar get a little bit more specific in the future with the release dates, or at least possible release dates of this new content. So as always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. What are you most excited for? Are you most excited for the Cunning Stunts special vehicle circuit? Are you most excited for the new game modes and vehicles like the Turismo Classic and Furnace Classic, Progen GP1? Or are you looking forward to later in the spring and summer when the gun running DLC is supposed to be coming out? I'd love to hear from you guys down there. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more. If you did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.